Domain with niche. Have you ever heard someone say, my domain is ASP.NET Core or my niche is C Sharp? This is one of the biggest misconceptions in software development. Many developers use the terms domain and niche as if they mean the same thing. They don't. Understanding the difference can completely change how you plan your career, choose projects, and position yourself in the job market. Let's start with these two simple definitions. A domain is the business industry your software serves, is the real world business problem you are helping solve. A niche, on the other hand, is your specialization, is what you are skilled at and what people hire you to do. Think of it this way, if you are building software for a hospital, the hospital or healthcare industry is the domain. If you are building that software using ASP.NET Core APIs or SQL Server, Azure, that's part of your niche, your technical expertise. These two concepts work together, but they are not the same thing. Unfortunately, many developers spend years learning new technologies without ever understanding the business domain those technologies are solving. In this video, we will clear up the confusion once and for all. And by the end, you will know how to choose both a niche and a domain to build a stronger, more valuable career. What is a domain? Now that we know a domain and niche are different, let's understand what a domain really means. A domain is the business industry or business area your software belongs to. Think about the applications you use every day. A hospital management system belongs to the healthcare domain. Online banking belongs to the finance or banking domain. An inventory management system belongs to the manufacturing or logistics domain. An online shopping website belongs to the retail domain. An e-learning management system belongs to the education domain. Notice something important here. None of these domains mention C Sharp, Java, Python, Go, React, or Angular. Why? Because businesses don't buy programming languages, they buy solutions to their problems. The domain is all about what problem is being solved and now how the software is built. That's why the most important question you should ask whenever you start a project is what business problem am I solving? If you are creating software for a bank, you are working in the finance domain. If you are building software for a hospital, you are working in the healthcare domain. Even if two developers use completely different technologies, they can still be working in the same domain because they are solving the same type of business problems. As your career grows, understanding the business becomes increasingly valuable. A senior developer doesn't just know how to write code, they understand how a hospital operates, how inventory moves through a warehouse, or how accounting workflows function. That's what separate someone who simply writes software from someone who builds solutions that businesses truly value. So remember this, a domain is the business world your software serves, not the technology you use to build it. So, what is a niche? Now that we have understood what a domain is, let's talk about the other half of the equation, your niche. A niche is your specialization, is what you are known for professionally and the specific expertise your companies hire you to bring to their projects. For example, someone might specialize in ASP.NET Core APIs, while another developer specializes in Java and Spring Boot. Other focus, Others focus on DevOps, API security, authentication, identity, or data engineering. These are all examples of niches because they represent areas where you have where you have developed deeper knowledge and skills. However, there is an important point that many developers miss. A niche is not limited to technology. It can also be solution based. For example, ERP development or e-commerce development are also niches because you are specializing in building a particular type of software solution. So your niche answers a different question than your domain. Instead of asking what business am I serving, you are asking what am I exceptionally good at. That's your niche. Think of it like a hospital. The hospital itself belongs to the healthcare domain. Inside that hospital, you have a specialist, cardiologist, a surgeon, a radiologist, and a pediatrician. Each doctor works in the same domain but has a different specialization. Software developers work the same way. Two developers may both work in finance domain, but one specializes in backend APIs, another in cloud infrastructure, and another in database optimization. The domain is the environment where you work. Your niche is the expertise you're bringing into that environment, and that's why people don't hire you simply because you know a programming language. They hire you because you are a specialist who can solve a particular kind of technical or business problem. So remember this simple definition. Your domain defines where you work. Your niche defines why people choose you over someone else. How domain and niche work together. On this side, I want to explain the relationship between a domain and a niche because many beginners confuse these two concepts. So I was helping them out. A domain is the industry or business sector you work in, such as healthcare, finance, manufacturing, education, logistics, or retail. A niche is the specific technology, expertise, or specialization you use to solve problems within that domain. When you combine a domain vision with a niche, you create a real world business solution. Let's look at the examples. In healthcare, the niche is ASP.NET Core APIs. By combining healthcare knowledge with backend API development, you can build solutions like a hospital management system. In finance, the niche is SQL Server and backend APIs. These technologies can be used to develop banking software where security, data integrity, and performance are essential. In manufacturing, the niche is ERP systems. This specialization helps build inventory and warehouse management systems that streamline business operations. The important lesson is that technology is not tied to a single industry. For example, ASP.NET Core APIs can be used in healthcare, logistics, education, retail, manufacturing, or finance. The same technology solves different business problems depending on the domain. Likewise, a single domain can have multiple niches. For example, a healthcare may require web application development, mobile applications, APIs, artificial intelligence, cyber security, cloud infrastructure, and data analytics. Each of these represents a different niche within the same domain. So instead of asking which programming language should I learn, a better question is which industry do I want to serve and what specialized skill will I use to solve its problems. That combination of domain plus niche is what creates valuable solutions, stronger expertise, and better career opportunities. What successful developers do in this, I want to compare two different approaches to building a software development career. On the left is what many developers do. They learn a popular framework, then a new framework becomes popular, so they switch and start learning that one. Soon another technology appears and they move again. This cycle repeats over and over. As a result, they spend a lot of time learning tools but very little time developing expertise in solving business problems. Now, let's look at the approach of a professional developer. Instead of chasing every new technology, they follow a structured path. First, they choose a technology that is reliable and suitable for the type of work they want to do. Next, they choose a business domain such as healthcare, finance, manufacturing, logistics, education, or e commerce. Then they invest time in understanding how that industry works, its workflows, regulations, challenges, and customer needs. By combining technical skills with business knowledge, they become the developer that companies rely on for solving real problems. That expertise leads to greater trust, higher value projects, better career opportunities, and often higher income. The key message of this slide is shown at the bottom. Technology helps you get hired, but domain knowledge makes you indispensable. Programming languages and frameworks will continue to evolve, but industries will always need professionals who understand both technology and the business they serve. So don't focus only on becoming an expert in a programming language, focus on becoming an expert at solving problems in a specific industry. That combination creates long term career growth and makes your skills much harder to replace. Thank you very much. Bye.